I'm Anil Kumar, and in this playlist, we have set of videos which will help you review concepts learned in trigonometry, which are going to be useful for calculus. So I have this playlist called Pre-Calculus Trigonometry Review. You can always look for it and see all the videos related in this area. We'll begin with conversion of units. The first question here is, convert 120 degrees to radians. It's a multiple choice question. You can pause the video, answer the question. And here I'll take up 4 questions. 2 for converting from degrees to radians, and then 2 from radians to degrees. So the first one in this series will be converting 120 degrees to radians. Remember the relation between degrees and radians? 180 degrees is equals to pi radians. That is the relation. And we follow very simple concepts of converting units. We have 120 degrees, right? 120 degrees. We want to get rid of degrees and we want to introduce radians. So what should I do? I should multiply by pi radians. Let me call this in short like this. And divide by degrees, correct? You don't really have to remember the formula. That's the concept. And then you can simplify, right? Then you can simplify. And you can always divide them by 6, 6 times 2, and 6 times 3. What you get is 2 over 3 pi, correct? So 2 pi by 3, correct? So the first option is the correct option. So this is the best way of doing it, right? Let's move forward and take another example to practice. Now this time I have taken minus 75 degrees. You know the relation? 180 degrees is equals to pi radians. We want to convert from degrees to radians. We have minus 75 degrees. We want radians on the top, so I'll keep pi and divide this pi by 180 degrees. That's 1, correct? Pi divided by 180 is 1. So we are multiplying by 1 only, correct? You can also use your calculator to simplify, correct? Now here we can divide both by 5. So 5 times 1 is 5, 25 means 15, but negative sign. 5 times 3 is 15, 30, 5 times 6, right? You can now further divide them by 3. So what do you get here? When you divide them by 3, you get minus 5, and here you get 12. So what you get here is minus 5 over 12 pi, or minus 5 pi by 12. Minus 5 pi by 12 is option B for you. Perfect. So I hope you learned how to convert from degrees to radians. Let's move on to the reverse process. Converting from radians to degrees, right? Again, same formula. When we say 180 degrees is equals to pi radians. If I divide 180 by pi, what do I get? 180 degrees by pi radians is equals to 1. So whenever we convert, we multiply by this factor or the reverse of this, right? Even pi radians divided by 180 degrees will be 1, correct? Now what you need to do is to convert from radians to degrees. We are given pi over 12. Radians is a ratio, so I need not even write anything. Pi over 12 means radians, perfect? We want degrees, that means we'll divide by the pi, the radian unit, and multiply by 180 degrees, correct? And now we can simplify. Pi and pi gets cancelled, right? And you can simplify this by dividing them by, let's say 6, right? 6 times 2, 12, and 6 times 3 and 0, 30. And further it goes 15 times, perfect? So what you get here is 15 degrees. So that is the option. Option B is the correct option in this particular video. Now here is the last question of converging from degrees to radians or radians to degrees. Again, it is only for you to remember. I'm writing it in different forms. Pi radians is equals to 180 degrees, and therefore if I divide by pi both sides, I get 180 degrees by pi, correct? We have to convert 5 pi by 9 to degrees. These are different choices. Should not guess, right? Just do the conversion. We have 5 pi by 9. We don't want pi here. We keep it in the denominator. Multiply by 180 degrees, since pi is 180 degrees. Perfect. And now it's time to simplify. 9 times 2 is 18, so 20 degrees. And when you multiply, you get 100 degrees, right? Of course, pi and pi will also cancel. That was the whole purpose. So we get answer in degrees, and option B is the right option. I hope with this you have learned how to convert degrees to radians and radians to degrees. The important thing to remember is the basic, that is pi radians equal to 180 degrees. That helps. I'm Anil Kumar. If you like the video, put likes. Feel free to share them with my friends, with your friends, and feel free to share with your friends and post questions. Thank you and all the best.